Hi, this is Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education for Winebow Fine Wine and Spirits. Today we're going to talk about a wonderful white wine from the island of Sicily. Sicily is in the middle of the Mediterranean. It's the Mediterranean's largest island, and actually it's closer to Tunisia and Africa than it is most of the Italian peninsula. This particular wine comes from an appellation on the eastern side of the island known as Etna. Etna DOC is a semicircle around the base of the currently active volcano Etna, Mount Etna. There is a tradition in Etna for both whites and reds. The whites are based on Caricante and Catarratto as supporting cast. And in this particular wine, it's a 90-10 ratio, 90% Caricante and 10% Catarratto. And what is this specific wine? This is Cantine Nicosia, Monte Gorna. That's one of the Contrada, and it is the Etna Bianco 2020. So what is a Contrada? I'm glad you asked. Contrada is a hamlet, a group, a collection of vineyards that get the one overarching name for that location. And that location can now appear on the label as a distinction of the better locations throughout the appellation. There are about 133 of these, but Etna's a pretty large appellation. It goes all the way around half of the base of the mountain, and that mountain is 90 miles in circumference. So it's a pretty good swath of territory. So this wine sees just a little bit of oak, mostly used tonneau, and it sees stainless steel, and then it sees bottle age before we get it. Let's find out what we have. I love the white flower blossom that comes out immediately. I wouldn't call the wine fully aromatic, but it's pretty. It's a sort of acacia blossom. And then it goes into pear and pear flesh, a little bit of like nectarine and tangerine mixed together. There's a Meyer lemon note, like the flesh. This beautiful raw Marcona almond aroma profile, and the nose has a waxiness to it, like waxed fruit. It's a nose familiar to me for grapes like Semillon, especially out of Australia with thyme, and it's just really pretty and inviting. It smells vibrant. It's making my mouth water already. There's also an exotic spice or a little high-tone flavor profile coming through in the nose, somewhere between like anise or even ginger. And it has that classic volcanic, dusty, rocky, slightly salty aroma. Let's taste it. The wine is wonderfally refreshing. It starts off like it's going to be soft, and then it moves to this really refreshing, zippy side. Texturally, and then finishes in this powdery, chalky texture that is, I think, directly reflective of the idea of the minerality that's here. Now that we've gotten texture out of the way, let's talk about fruit profile. It has tartar fruits than it did in the nose. The Meyer lemon went to lemon. The pear went to pear with the skin on. The tangerine went to kumquat, but there's still an orange flesh note here as well, so there's still ripeness. The texture, that waxy smell, comes through in the flavor profile and the texture of the wine as well, where it coats the gums. There's a richness to this wine that is really enjoyable, but it's immediately refreshed by the rest of the structure. Now comes along that almond, unroasted nut flavor profile, and now I'm finally getting past the fruit and now it's that light note of exotic spice like anise or ginger closing it up. If you like Mediterranean white wines in general, you're absolutely going to adore this wine, but that doesn't have to be where it stops. The wine is going to be awesome on the table, so good with food. It has the richness and texture to keep people happy that like wines like. Yes, certainly Fiano d'Avellino out of southern Italy, but if you like Chardonnay without a lot of oak on it, you're going to like this wine. If you like Pinot Grigio at that upper tier of quality, you're going to like this wine. If you like Albarino, you're going to like this wine. If you like, those dry, oilier styles of Riesling, like from Austria and perhaps even South Australia, I think you're really going to like this one. In general, it's an easy wine to like. Go out and find a bottle of Cantine Nicosia, Monte Gorna Bianco from Etna, 2020 vintage.